Final episode of season 5. This week I'm with Mallz.
Hey.
And obviously before I actually get into it, I want to say thank you to everyone that's like showed love to this season, especially on TikTok, because it took me a while to actually start dropping snippets, but I'm finally doing that now. It's actually going really well. So obviously all my guests and everybody else this season,
Thanks, guys.
like, I proper appreciate you guys. Obviously this episode, like the season 4 finale, going to be answering like some questions that you lot sent me, obviously with Mallz. So again, before we get into it, don't forget to like, follow, share and subscribe. Right, Mallz. So the questions that I have here, they actually jump because they're actually like mad different. So the first one I got asked was, how do you deal with jealousy?
I feel like the best way to deal with jealousy is to not deal with it.
What do you mean?
I just feel like just ignore jealousy.
I don't know. Like, I think that's a weird question because, like, let's say I had a jealous friend. It's like, let's say I had a jealous friend, I'd probably just.
How can you deal with
That's
that?
no, but some people are jealous of their friends. They might do it like in this like snide, like weird way. But I feel like just distance myself because I feel like if you tell your friend you're jealous of me, they're probably gonna deny it anyways. So I wouldn't like, oh my days, you're jealous. I'll just be like, distance.
Yeah, I feel like the best way to deal with jealousy is to not deal with it. Like, if you have like a jealous friend or someone around you that's jealous, gotta distance yourself. Can't deal with it.
Nice, true.
Like, it's just weird. It's negative.
I think what?
I feel like that's dangerous.
Very dangerous. I feel like
Jealousy, yikes.
Do you think that's more common in boys or girl friendships or both? I'm trying to think about that one. Because the girl asked me that, innit? But I'm thinking, me as a girl, I don't know how I would.
I feel like, I don't know, you know, like, we can't actually answer that, I don't think, but girls can get weird, like jealousy can happen, but I feel like you can't deal with jealous friends or keep anyone around you that's envious, jealous.
I think keeping them around probably even going to make it even worse. Because it's making it worse and worse. Even like when I see, I don't want to go into this one too much, but like when I see stuff like the way, like maybe like, let's say I'm like, oh my days, why are you wearing that jacket and your hair slicked and I'm just dissing you bare, and then I've seen girls on TikTok talk about it, and then like the next week she bought the same thing slick, and it's just like, you're just basically, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I feel like I'd address it. I'd just be like, why are you moving weird? But I don't think I'll keep them as my friend. It's a bit stupid. But another one that I got asked was, and I think this is actually a nice one, because I never asked under this. Do you feel pressure as a black girl to live up to like the UK beauty standard? Mine was quick and short. What do you think? Because I didn't.
You know, I don't know. I feel like with me, like I'm always looking at social media, looking at trends, different girls and stuff like that. But I don't feel like I'm pressured to like look a certain way or look like anyone. But I feel like I'm like mad comfortable with my own skin. But I see how social media can pressure girls into feeling like, like I need to look a certain way, I need to act a certain way, I have to dress a certain way. I feel like as you get older, you kind of, it depends. You kind of like grow thick skin and kind of make your own decisions. But maybe when you're a bit younger, I feel like when I was younger, I was a bit impressionable.
Right. I don't
That's
know why.
Being truthful, yeah.
I don't think. Do you know what? I don't think I really. Well, before I talk about being younger, right now. Actually, no. When I was younger, because I wasn't really girly like that. Anyways, I was kind of just doing my own thing.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. I was doing my own thing, innit? But I feel like even now, anything that I have, I just want to have it. Like, for example, like you see how like, especially like on TikTok, I see like bare girls like making like, you know what I mean? Not a thread, and you add your own video to someone else's video.
Yeah.
What's it called again? Not called a thread. What's it called?
I don't know.
When stitch.
Yeah.
When they stitch a video, it's like.
Yeah, stitch.
Stitch thread makes sense. I don't know what I
Same
call that.
thing.
What's it called? For me, it's like whether it's a wig or natural, and I don't really like. I don't feel pressure to have any hairstyle. Like any hairstyle that I have, or like look or something, it's just because I want to have it. Like for example, like even as well with me, I change up my hair. Yeah, like I right now I've been wearing wigs for a while only because I'm swimming now. So obviously there's no point in me getting like, I wanted to get fur locks in it, but there's no point me getting that if I'm gonna be swimming, for example. So it's like, I don't feel pressure to get certain hairstyles. Any hairstyle I have, I just want it. Like, it's not because everyone has like a certain hairstyle that I'm gonna go and get it.
Yeah.
Or I don't feel like I'm not, cause like, even like to do with like hair, I feel like people are not like I'm drifting off, yeah, but like, especially like with black girls, yeah. Obviously, your hair can be relaxed or natural, and it's like, let's say like a girl with natural hair wants to relax her hair, like the comments will be like, oh my god, like, I'm like, it's not your hair. Yeah. And it's like this whole myth about like it's bad for your hair, and that. I'm like, obviously, I can speak for my sister, my mom, and their hair's relaxed, but their hair's healthy because they maintain it well, they treat it properly, like they look after their relaxed hair well. But regardless, like, even if someone wants to relax their hair,
like
they're in the comments like, oh my god,
like self-love and self-hate.
There's like some like what I did as well, yeah. Like, some people don't really care about, like, with me, even when I have my real hair out, like, I slick my hair bare, so I don't really do the whole like, I don't know, twist up. I don't do certain stuff in my hair that I'm supposed to do with my hair in it. Like, I just gel it, slick it, let it get hard, wash it, next hairstyle. Or I just do it again. I'm not like, do you get it? Because some people don't really care, but I feel like what's not nice yet is if certain people are putting it on them. Like when I saw like on TikTok, especially, not what I saw, when I see on TikTok, like certain girls put like, you want to put your insecurity on us, innit?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not.
I see that all the time.
Like, I'm not, like, just because you could be like, oh, and there's pressure within. No, you're pressured. I don't feel pressured. Like, I'm content. Like, for example, you don't have to have a 13x6 HD or something. You can get a nice 5x5 or a 6x6 or 4x, like, or you don't have to get, no, but you're laughing, yeah, but you know what it is? You have to hear where I'm coming from. It doesn't matter what you have. If you like it, you like it. Because there's some girls that look lovely in braids.
Yeah.
And some girls' braids are actually for you. Locks, natural.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about wigs as well, yeah. It's like, first of all hairstyles to me, it's just, they're all like wigs, it protects your hair as well. So there's braids, so there's lot that everything helps your hair anyway. So it's like, fam, let everyone just do what they want to do. Do you know what I mean? Because when you see someone with a wig now, I didn't wash my hair for like 4 months under my camera. You see the length. You'll be like, yeah, because she just let her hair grow under the wigs. Like, fam, what do you want to do? Because that's that, you got what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm saying. You can't. I don't feel like pressured at all.
Yeah. I feel like as I've gotten older, I'm like mad comfortable with my own skin. But when I was younger, definitely like I was watching people on social media thinking, yeah.
Like who, for example, like celebrities, just like just
celebrities,
girls in general.
Not. I don't think like I've ever like idolized or like wanted to be like anyone in the ends. But, like, but like yeah, like just social media, like all these like American celebrities, especially, definitely. And I feel like it's like very evident in society now how much of an influence like social media has pressured girls to look and act a certain way. Like, for example, BBLs, hairstyles. Like girls are really, like all of that. Let's not even get into that because I'm a big believer in do what you want with your body, your hair, your face, whatever. But just make smart decisions. And I feel like when people are like, they have a platform, mind what you're like promoting to younger girls because they are watching and they are impressionable. And
even though, like you just said, let's not act like there aren't certain girls that will literally kind of do what someone's like. If someone says do this, because if someone does certain things, because it's that person, they will do it. Like, do you know what I mean? So let's not. I'm not gonna act like it's not a real thing.
There's so many young impressionable girls watching everyone's move, what you're saying, what you're doing. So like, if you have these platforms, especially like for example, there's things that's happened. Like, remember that whole Miss R Fab thing when like she got her body done, and then it got botched. But like when it first happened, it was like this like whole YouTube video, and then after. Like what happened to her happened. Like, imagine how many young girls was watching that in the beginning, thinking, "Oh, like yeah,
I want to get this."
You get it. So that's crazy, but at least with her, she shared her like before and aftermath. We can give her that credit.
Yeah, but I think that's what I rate as well.
How many girls don't do that? How many celebrities don't do that? They just say what looks good on the internet, and then there's these young impressionable girls that's like, "Yeah, I want to do that." Do you get what I mean? Like,
no, it's true.
Not it.
No, I'm not with that either.
Yeah.
But like I said, another one, which is actually, it's not the same thing, yeah, but it's similar. But I like this question that I got. Someone asked, yeah, do you? And but a guy as well asked, do you feel like we give attention to the wrong things as They asked the question weird, but let me rephrase it. Do you feel like us as the black community give attention to the wrong things? I think so.
In what sense?
Like, it's not gonna sound like I'm being a prick as usual, but there's certain things that there's like I feel like some of the things that we should be talking about should be spoken about, and we focus on the wrong stuff. Like, for example, like, let's say, like, it's gonna sound like I'm not trying to be a prick. Yeah? Like, for example, just this week alone, yeah, on Twitter, for example, I was laughing too, so I'm not gonna act like I don't laugh, because I do laugh, innit? But it was something to do with, they went out somewhere, the 8K
Yeah,
bill.
the 8K. I don't know what he was out like a light.
I don't know, all that happened, innit? But I'm talking about stuff like that happening. I feel like there are certain stuff that in our community we talk about, and it's like, really, I don't really care. Like, it's fun to laugh at, but then you lot start doing think pieces on it. It's not that deep. Like,
Yeah.
I don't need a think piece on it. Whether you pay or didn't pay, I wouldn't pay it either, by the way. I'm dating it from now. I'm not paying
8K.
I'm not paying 8K for that. I'm not doing that.
8K.
However,
He's a wicked man though. You left
the bill was mad though. Babe, the bill was mad because I saw Red Bull's like £94 in total on Red Bull. Let's put it out there. I wouldn't even ride the Red Bull.
Just don't go
That's
outside
just me
if
being
you
honest
can't
with
afford
myself.
outside. That's literally.
But like I was saying, I feel like there's more important thing. Like, for example, yeah, like when I say repetitive stuff, I'm talking like. Wait, but before I go in depth, do you agree with that or not?
Agree with.
What the question or
Yeah,
not? Do you agree with it?
I feel like we do.
So what would you say we talk about too much before I go into what I'm gonna say?
Oh, like just there's like a phrase for it, but all the like trivial topics like dates and
there's
and
too much
money
of that.
and like all of that. Like I just feel like there's so much.
The money
it's just
stuff.
the same conversations
boring.
all the time. It's literally boring, lame.
Like there's more important things to be spoken about.
Yeah.
And
But then, do you know what it is? Yeah, I feel like it's always like a lose-lose situation for us on the internet or like in general. Because if you just speak about all those things, yeah, or you're woke, like you're always getting this
It's
either
true.
way. Like someone's always gonna have something to say. Like, oh, you think you're too woke, or oh, you're always talking about this. So it's like, what do you talk about? What is the right thing to talk about to people?
So what do you think should be spoken about more then?
I feel like just a balance. Like obviously. Have certain.
No, but you're saying balance, but I don't really care no more about the dating stuff.
No, of course
Like,
not.
I don't care about dating
Of course
stuff.
not, but I feel like a good thing is like. Actually, I don't know.
Before I forget, there was even when I say dating stuff, there was even something about people going on about taking like your man's last name, like the way people go on for time. I'm like, fam, like this is not.
It's like
This is like a 5-minute convo.
Like,
yes, no.
The issue is the internet feels like choices need to be made like as a collective. Like we all need to agree on something.
It's like
for us
if you
to do
believe
it. Like,
that,
if you want to do that, then you do it, sis. But don't be waiting for the whole internet to agree with what you say or to disagree for you to like think it's right or wrong, because there is no right or wrong answers to a lot of the questions that's being asked. It's just what you would want to do in that situation or in the future. Like I don't know, man. The internet's just weird. It gets weird.
it's just dumb.
Dumb.
But I think in terms of what should be spoken about more, it's funny I say this actually. I think the other day, yesterday or 2 days ago on Instagram, I think someone posted about black people need to like donate blood because like something about right now sickle cell is like through the roof right now in the UK, and I'm like, yeah, that's the conversation we have, because in my opinion, yeah, like whether you have, and by the way, I'm not before I say certain stuff, I'm not like science or nothing, but what I do know is that if you have sickle cell or the trait and you have a kid with someone that has one of them, I just think your kid will either get the trait, have it, or not have it. But I feel like stuff like that should be spoken about more. That's what I'm saying. Like I know it's kind of long here, but getting checked is very important. I feel like some people don't speak about the importance of getting checked. Like you need. I'm not being funny.
No, I do, but I said I speak about those things to people. But
that's what I'm saying.
I feel like the general black population,
they don't speak about it.
Really spoken about.
And it needs to be, because I'm not being funny or nothing here, but like it all goes back to like having a child as well, innit? My thing is like, I'm not gonna have a child for this anyone, innit?
Yeah.
So stuff like before having a child, I think you should check this out, because I feel like even people that I know with sickle cell is peak. Like when they have like their episodes, is peak. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I wouldn't want to. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna sound weird. Obviously, I would love my child no matter what, but I'm just saying it's not fair on the like to
what could happen
to your child. Do you know what I mean? Like
based on your partner or whatever.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's something that needs to be spoken about way more.
Yeah.
Like, go and get. It's not the end of the world. It's literally go and get your blood type checked.
Literally, yeah.
Simple as. Even like sickle. I mean, people do speak about sickle cell, but I feel like that's something that could always be pushed a bit more, in my opinion. Like, I don't know what else should it be pushed a bit more.
What else have we spoken about? I know like mental health right now, like people speak about it a lot, but I was reading like something on the internet the other day about like men's mental health, especially black men's mental health. And obviously like men are annoying, we all know this, but this is, I was like, when I was reading it, I was like mad taken back by it, and I was just thinking like, how is this not spoken about enough? Like, I feel like it's spoken about nowadays, like not in a weird way, but I feel like mental health, like, I don't know, people turn it into like a normal thing by speaking about it all the time. Like people saying jokes like, oh, I'm depressed, I'm this, I'm that, and they're actually not. Do you get it? So I feel like when it comes down to like actually speaking about it and having like these serious conversations like with friends, family members, or just in general, I don't feel like it's spoken enough. And I don't feel like it's spoken enough, especially with men or like black men.
No, I agree. I even see, I think I saw like one podcast of like these guys, even little, I think I understood what he meant, but it was still sad because he was like, he didn't feel comfortable crying.
Laughing, sorry.
She's laughing at men, by the way. What's it called?
No, I'm laughing at you.
She's laughing at men.
I don't know why I'm laughing.
What's it called? No, I mean, like, I think...
Take that out.
What? Nah, mate, staying there. What's it called? It was basically...
It's your face.
It was basic...
You sound so confused at the fact.
No, I know what I'm trying to say. I was basically saying, like, I was confused by it because I would do it, even though I'm a bit like... Whatever, well, I'm kind of... Whatever I am. Yeah. He was like, oh... He couldn't cry in front of his friends.
Oh, okay.
And I hear that, but it's like, that shouldn't be normal.
That's crazy.
Like, for example, no matter how like tough or like rocks we may be, if I want to cry in front of you, I'm not gonna like leave. I want to cry. I want to hug you. I want to cry. And I feel like it is like for boys. That's what I'm saying. Like from young, they are taught to, why are you crying?
Yeah.
Even when they get hurt, like you just man up, and it's like, it's not like, even what I realize as well, not every guy is actually tough like that. Like, I know it sounds like I'm being rude, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not every guy is actually like,
and it's okay.
Tough.
Like,
it's alright to be. Sorry.
Stop talking to me.
I'm trying to get a good word. Not sweet. I mean, like, it's okay to be like. You don't have to be all the time. You can just be calm.
Yeah.
It's a right to cry. So like you want to whinge a little bit, you can whinge. You can. You're taking what I'm saying wrong. You get where I'm coming from. I feel like that should definitely be spoken about.
Whinge is dragging it, but I feel like definitely men should speak up more about their feelings. Like you don't always have to put on a brave face. Always be a man, but like
be a man.
You know what I mean? Like you don't always have to be the guy that's got it all figured out and no emotions, and you know what I mean. It will
unnecessary.
Yeah, like. Speak up more about mental health. I feel like it's mad important, and I feel like we don't speak about it enough. And when I was reading the thing, I was so shocked. Like, I was thinking like I couldn't believe like the statistics and like how mad it is and how much we don't speak about it. And I feel like if we spoke about it more, then like we'd speak less about the dumb shit that we speak about. Even
stuff like men with suicide rates.
Yeah,
that's like
what we were speaking about.
I don't know that figure, but I remember seeing that. Was like, whoa, like that's actually a lot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That stuff should be spoken about too, because again, I feel like even whether it's down to parenting or like just the environment in and that, it's not really normalized for boys to talk about certain stuff.
True.
I think that's why certain boys feel so like, even like the mentality that some of them have, they don't want to just like, you know how like. Obviously, I do like how some, like, I think I've gotten this to my male friend as well. Like, when something happens, they're very focused on, like, just sorting it out or, like, finding a solution. And I do like that. But I feel like where we're good with stuff is that we were actually process. Like some boys, they leave bare thing and just keep going and going, and it's fine. But eventually, you're gonna crack. If not crack,
we're humans.
So I'm saying you can't carry everything.
You need to like process your emotions, process what you're going through. Like I can't go through anything mad in life and not call my friends or like my sisters or my cousins and be like, listen, bitch, it's going down.
It's peak.
It's going down.
Don't get me wrong, obviously I'll still pray, but it's like I still want to, but I still got to just like
you still got to vent. You got to speak.
Right
We're
now.
humans. Like you need that like companionship and just to like speak to someone, get out, hear another person's like opinion. Just have not even. Sometimes it's not even about hearing an opinion or like speaking about. Just having someone there. Like everyone needs that, and I feel like men bottle things up
too much
often, and I feel like in a weird way. Like tell me if you agree with this shit. Like because they're bottling it up and they don't feel like they're comfortable to speak to us about stuff. They have like resentment in the sense where like if something was happening to us, we'd go to them crying, they'd help us out or be there for us, but they don't feel like they can do that with us, so they resent us for that, for not having us there in that sense. But it's like, you don't talk to me.
I was just gonna say, so how can you resent if you don't let me speak?
But I feel like it does happen, like resentment happens in that sense, because I hear like a lot of the time when guys turn around to their girlfriend that like I don't like I can't speak to you or da, and it's like, do you even try to speak?
You don't try and speak. And I feel like some guys as well, like, again, I understand things happen, but like they do hold on to the fact that they've opened up to one girl and it's gone wrong. And I'm like, yeah, like, I get that.
When
but
they was in like year 5, like,
it's like,
I want to hear that.
It's like, yeah, grow up there.
I don't hear that.
It's like, yeah.
No.
What, you're going to be 40 years old like a shell because of some girl a couple of years ago? No, but this is the thing, you got to be real with it. Is that what you're going to be doing? Because if, like, do you get it?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, men and women, like, men are strong and so are women. But I feel like women are built for that shit. We're built different still. They're built for that. Because a man can do, like, a lot of things to a woman and she's still riding out. And a guy gets hurt one time and he's 11.
That's his reason for everything. That's the reason for everything.
Everything. Like, no.
The next question, yeah, and it actually slightly links with what we're talking about, but it was, what is something that society is like really like big on that you disagree with? I got mine, you ain't got mine. I know for a fact. No, you ain't got mine.
Okay, bitch, let me think.
You ain't got mine, I know that already.
Let me think. I think I have mine.
What's yours?
Actually, I don't really want to say mine because people can think I'm judging.
Judging?
Yeah.
My one's not judgmental.
Say yours.
My first one, what are you talking about?
No, just say yours.
You're talking about this, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, cool. Go on.
My one is that I feel like society, and I'm saying society, I feel like a lot of people, they like talking like, I feel like society, social, everything here, they have this thing where you don't owe people this common decency. And I think I don't agree with that. No, you're laughing, bro. But let me land in it. Do you know my thing is? Like, people will be like, don't get me wrong, I understand that you can be going through something in that your life or whatnot, but I'm like, you lot think it's okay to not be a decent human being. You're laughing, Mallz, but I promise you, it's the truth, like, fam. Deep it, yeah. So because and this is where it goes to me, in my opinion, I feel like some people are very dramatic with certain stuff, like, I don't know, maybe I've had a crap week. Actually, yeah, this week's been a bit crap for me, innit? I have been quite overworked. It's been crap. Am I going to be a prick and, like, I don't know, air all my friends because that probably needs me because I want to have my own me time? I could, but I don't think that's nice. I'm like, fam, I feel like it's hypocritical. Do you know why? Because you feel like you can air someone. Nah, hear me out. You think you can air someone because you feel like it, but when you're on the other line and you want someone to talk to because you're going through it, like, I feel like this whole I don't owe nobody thing to me is bollock. I feel like being a decent human being is not that much. Like, even I think people make, like, people on Twitter were doing these threads, part 8. I'm like, you're talking, I don't even swear no more, you're talking shit. Do you know why? No, it's shit. And you know what I'm saying that, bro? Because you don't, so it's not hard to be a good person and a normal human being. You're laughing, yeah, but you know what it is? I'm telling you, hey, nice people will always win at the end of the day. So I'm gonna say that.
It's fact, shit.
No, you're low because you're laughing at me, innit? But I'm trying to keep it real. Like, this whole thing where you don't need to be a decent human being. I don't like that. And you know what I'm talking about, what I'm trying to say.
I'm 100% with
No, because
you.
you're laughing at me.
I'm not even enjoying the passion. Is killing me right now.
No, I'm passionate, man. I'm a good person, man.
Like,
God
I really
sees my
do hear
man.
it.
Bro, I always hear God sees my heart. I'm telling you, everything that I do, I don't have no bad bone in my body. But carry on.
I'm telling you. I do. I can't.
Sorry.
But yeah, I really, really do hear it because I feel like it's true. This generation, me included, I don't feel like I owe anyone nothing. Yeah, but let me finish. As I'm getting older, I am actually really starting to understand that I do owe people, like my friends, the decency, and like my family to like communicate well and just, you know, be decent. But like genuinely, I do feel like this generation's got like this big like nonchalant act, like like we don't give a fuck, I don't need anyone can get
this
dropped,
solo
anyone's
thing they can ride through life
one
solo.
up, like I came here on my own and I'm gonna die on my own. Like chill, because it's no one wants to be lonely. Let's stop the cap. No one wants to be alone. No one wants to have no friends.
The feeling of being lonely isn't even nice. There's a difference. There's a difference between enjoying your own company, which I love my own company,
and just
I go on
straight
walks
up
and
being horrible.
I do, by the way.
Yeah, I don't
No,
put that past
you should just be like, I go on walks.
I don't
like,
put that past you.
I love my own company, but let's not lie. Like you said, being alone is not nice. So stop trying to glamorize it. It's not. It's hell. Your laugh, Bundis. What do you disagree with? That's probably since you're laughing at me. Let me hear your one because you're so good. What's your one?
Wait, no.
Don't put me
in the spot. Don't put me in the spot. Go back to yours.
No, my one is the truth. Like being a good person. Just doing nice deeds for people. Just being a nice person. Like, I don't even know how to describe being a nice person. Just be a good, like, just do good. What else do you think, like, you disagree with that society that big one? What would you say?
I feel like something that I properly disagree with that society's big on right now is like, how can I word this? Because nowhere what I'm going to say that I have anything against like what they're trying to teach and put out there. But I just feel like when it comes to kids and kids shows and stuff, whether it's like the LGBTQ community or like them showing like normal relationships or like kissing scenes and stuff like that, I just feel like cut it out completely just for kids. Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't feel like like the younger age, like I hear it in like teenage shows and like certain like older kids where like people are going to be dating like high school and stuff like that. Like I remember being in secondary school and like year 7 and that, I'm watching certain shows and seeing like kissing shows or kissing episodes or like someone having a boyfriend and whatever, and I understand it in those episodes, but I've been seeing it in like really younger kids, and it's like I don't really see why.
Do you know what? The only thing that I think is good about it being in young shows, and I'll promise you, it's the only thing that I think is for like the kids that are like adopted or have like 2 gender parents. Yeah. Maybe they can see, oh, this is normal because I have 2 mums or I have 2 dads. Yeah. That's the only way that because I 100% agree with you. I don't see the point.
Like, I don't see the point of it.
That's the only way that I see it, like being nice for the kid, because they can. Because obviously, I can't really imagine what it's like as a kid having like 2 like same gender parents. And I feel like them seeing that on TV.
Any representation of your household. Yeah, I understand that, but yeah, I just don't see like any point in like kids seeing anything.
Like even if it was 2 gender, I don't want to see like kissing and.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But anyways, yeah, that's like one thing that I've been seeing recently. What else?
Am I wrong to say that Peppa Pig had that or something over there?
Peppa Pig, I'm not sure.
I thought
maybe like the things I've seen are fake, but I've been seeing some stuff.
I hope they're fake.
Yeah, because I've just been seeing like things on the internet, and I feel like leading on from what I was just speaking about, I feel like there needs to be bigger restrictions on social media apps. Like I don't feel like it's serious enough. Like imagine if you could if the only way you could download TikTok or Instagram and stuff is with like an ID or like.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Do you get what I mean? Like, I know like loads of people be like, oh, like that's so police, like, oh my god. But I feel like for the kids, it's serious because there's things like there's mad things going on around in the world right now, and I just feel like social media is just like this big like place that kids can just explore, meet anyone, talk to anyone, do whatever. And I feel like people always say, oh, it's about the parents that control what your kids are doing. But let's all be real, we were all kids, we were all young ones. If you want to be sneaky, you'll be sneaky.
And this is the thing that people, like you, I don't know what you just said this now, I feel like what people need to also remember is that, like, about us being kids, when I was young, I was always on YouTube. They're young now, they have that, like, it's normal for them to have TikTok at night. We shouldn't have been on YouTube at a certain age, but I was still watching YouTube at a certain age. I was there on YouTube. They have that access, and we people also need to remember, as much as we miss the olden days, like back in the day, fam, social media that's life now, innit? So for the kids, obviously kids still have toys and that, but iPads, iPhones, that's kind of normal now. They're gonna be seeing stuff, like, you can't help it. Like you said, even if you do certain stuff on TikTok, like, for example, when I was younger, I had, like, on, like, my Xbox account, I used to say I was an older age so I could have certain stuff. You don't think kids are going to do the older as well?
Literally. And
like, you think they think they're not going to change the date of birth as well? Like, that's what I'm saying, stuff like that. Like you said, with access, it's easy for a kid to just say that they're born in 2001 now and just say they're 21 or something.
So accessible.
Do you know what I mean?
And I'm saying it more because I feel like when we was younger, don't get twisted, I'd see like some crazy stuff on the internet, but nothing as mad as I'm seeing now. Like, I'm not even joking, places like TikTok's like some trauma dump app now.
So, like, and it's 2 weeks, and do you know what it is like? And from what I remember as a kid, as in, I'm talking about like before secondary school, yes, I was aware of certain things, but not to this degree. People need to understand, I feel like, thinking about kids, I love the innocence that kids still have in it. And like, the how, like, not the word naive, but like, they don't know about certain stuff, and that's okay. Like, I don't think I would have been comfortable being like 10 years old, seeing what I'm seeing now on TikTok. I'll be very confused. Yeah, there's too many things I'm seeing.
Sorry. I'd be traumatized. I'd literally be traumatized. Like, I'm not even joking. I'm how old, and I'm traumatized from TikTok. TikTok is just so, it's just mad. It's just not it. Like, it's literally a trauma dump app. People just posting any and everything. TikTok, like, regulates the dumbest of things and takes it off. But when it comes to these mad things that I'm reading,
suddenly it's just them.
It's just them.
No winning.
100k views. No one stopped them. Like,
it's true.
No, it's just not it. And I just always think, like, when I'm watching these things and I'm scrolling, I just think, imagine a kid seeing this. Like, imagine a child.
And kids are so curious, they'll actually watch it. Because the thing is, I may, like, just from the sound on TikTok, I know swipe. Yeah. They may think, ooh, and keep watching, and then bam. Do you know what I mean? Some kids may not go and tell their parent what they're seeing, because they may, do you know what I'm saying? So now it's just, they're confused. They know what they've seen and whatnot.
And don't get twisted, it is on the parents too.
Yeah, like,
watch what your kids are doing. I don't even feel like, as a parent, obviously it's easy to say it before you have a child, but I don't think as a parent I'd want to allow my child to even like have an iPad and this, that and the third, just because of how accessible things are. And I feel like I have to like overly do my part as a parent, because these apps aren't like taking these extra steps to like make sure kids are safe on these apps. Like, I be seeing grown ass men, like old men, like on kids' comments on TikTok, and I'm just like, what is going on?
That's what I'm saying. I don't like that.
No, man, it's not.
Do you know what else I was gonna say, which is not exactly directly to the question, but because you mentioned TikTok, I'm just gonna ask you a simple question. Do you have capped sympathy?
Capped sympathy?
Yeah.
Elaborate. I think I know what you mean.
Does your sympathy stop somewhere, or not really?
Do you know what? No.
You don't?
I feel like before, definitely. Like, I think I was that person that would be like, I'd feel sorry for you to only to an extent, because after an extent, it's like you're doing it to yourself. But I feel like when it comes to, like, for example, topics like abuse, like situations like that, where it is very serious and very touchy, like, I don't feel like you, as a woman or as just a human being, you can turn around and be like, oh, yeah, like, I feel sorry for you, but now you're dumb. Now you're doing it to yourself. Because it's not as easy. It's not
so let me give you an example, because I hear what you're saying. It's maybe something that I've got working for myself.
Yeah.
Like, I see, like,
I'm aware.
Yeah, cheers, mate. What's the guy going to say? Like, what I see, like, on TikTok, like, this week, because I am, you know, that trend where you're swiping pictures, Is that the relationship one?
No,
Because you just said you don't have cat. I have. So here's my thing.
TikTok.
Yeah, it's like I saw one girl. She was like, break up with my ex. No. I was with my ex boyfriend, whatever. Texted him again. Got pregnant by him. He found out I got pregnant. Somebody punched me in the face. Didn't want a baby no more. Then I think he got kicked or something. Then for the sake of the baby that wasn't born yet, I took him back.
Yeah, I think I saw that, and I know what you're gonna say. And
no, you didn't know what I'm gonna say actually.
Go on.
What I'm gonna say?
I think you're gonna say that.
No, do you know what I'm gonna? My thing is like, yeah, I don't understand why you would go back because I've never been in that position before, so I can't speak about like women in abusive stuff. But my thing is like, me seeing it on TikTok and you do it in the trend, I'm like, fam, you taking the piss.
Yeah.
But here where I'm coming from, it's like, I feel like this is just me just being a bit tapped. I take things in differently when it's like, I don't really care about it the same way, but like, let's say someone's just talking about it, just normally, you got like some random song behind it and making it to like a thing. I don't really, like, what I meant to say, because even, I'm like, someone banged you in the face because you were pregnant with their child. And why would you want to have their child?
Yeah, but we can't question that.
I know, but my thing is, that's where my thought goes. That's where my, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's like that's the way I'm wired or something, why I'm being in that position before, but I'm just like what can I?
Yeah, what would you say? What, like, do you want support? Like, I get it, but we said this in the last episode.
Oversharing.
Start talking to the internet. Yeah. We don't care.
Yeah, because you got people like me now saying,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Because on the internet, people like Mallz will, be like, oh, and I'll just be like,
yeah, because I feel bad for like.
I look at it like, Mallz, if you bang me in the face, I'll be quite upset about that. No, like, if I be like, bro, like, what did I do?
No,
why did I bang me in the face?
I just feel like I said, it's as like women, as humans in general, it's not our place to like stop feeling sorry for someone because they keep going back. Or,
it's actually true.
That's not how abuse works. That's not how these situations work. It's just not it. Like, it's really not it. And I feel like that's like where like things like victim blaming and stuff come in because people start looking at people sideways.
Yeah.
However, I feel like with these trends, and I'll always stick by this no matter what you go through life, keep it off the internet. Like, go to the police before you come on the internet and tell us about it. Like, in the most. And by the way, before
I can see you saying that, I'm not even. Cause yes, even though like the police, it may not always go as far as you want it to go. I feel like telling the police is better than telling us because, like you said, like, let's say it does get prosecuted, but let's say it does go further. Yeah, something can actually happen. But on TikTok, what can I do on TikTok?
You're just gonna get
block him.
It's not even blocking him.
No, but like, what can we do? Report. Like, what can we do to him on social media? Like, what can I? Social media, even turn his phone off. He's still here breathing. Like nothing's happening.
People can, bro. I've seen a girl go on TikTok. Yeah. I'm not even going to go into the deal because the person's going to know I'm talking about her. But she was dissing off someone and the person went and dissed her right back off on the platform. And like at first, I don't think so, but I might show you. Yeah. But yeah, like the girl like dragged the boy and everyone was in support of her. And then like when he said his story, everyone was in support of him and her whole comment section changed. And I was just sitting there thinking, this is why you stay off the internet, because it's not your friend. They're not here to like. This is not court. Like you don't want to play these games.
For some people, this is entertainment, bro. I'm
like, people was there commenting under my man's post, like saying, "Oh, go live, story time." I hate that. Go live. I'm like, oh, like, what do you not think this is?
It's true.
The same people under her comments were putting her in the beginning. I was like, nah.
I can't even laugh because I'm them people that send it to you.
Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm sending on TikTok. I'm fast like that. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm like that. That's what I'm saying. Don't be posting stuff on there.
The internet is not like, it's not anyone's friend. Seriously, it's actually not.
This question is more for me. Have you ever? Well, someone asked me, have I ever thought about quitting Let's Talk French? What do you think?
Have you ever thought of quitting it? I don't think you've ever come to me and said, do you want to quit? But I feel like there's been times where like, I need to take a step back. I've got other things I want to prioritize. But I feel like since the day you came to me like with that idea and like we spoke about it, it's been like non-stop go for you. Like your dedication, the way like even like down to like how serious you take it. Like don't get it twisted. You take like all the things you do in your life very seriously. But I feel like when it comes to like Let's Talk French, you're like really like passionate about it, something that you're proud of, always want to talk about it. So like me, and I feel like where you get to do it with like your close friends, it's like it's a hobby as well as like like this is what I do type of thing. So I feel like you've always wanted to do this and stick through it. Never wanted to quit.
That's amazing that you think that highly of me, because I actually wanted to quit before.
Seriously?
Yeah, I did.
I've never ever.
I like how you I like how Mallz thinks me that highly, but I actually
no, seriously, sis has man.
Nah, do you know what it is? Honestly, I'll be honest.
That shocked me.
The reason why I actually wanted to quit before is because obviously this is the. Actually, no, it's not. Cause I do man. That the reason why I actually did kind of want to quit my podcast at one point was because like it's gonna sound so, and this is stereotypical. Everybody knows that like when you put something out, it's not for your friend. It's just for the genuine people, innit? But like the audience and whatnot, But it got to a point where it was like when it feels like sometimes it feels like I'm begging to do promo. Not with you. I've already told you there's certain people that like I don't have to ask. They'll share that. They'll ideas or so supporting it, but it's like when like some people like you're like your friends and whatnot, and people don't even like show love, is like raw, like you lot are the ones that are meant to be. Even though I'm not doing it for them, but it's like hello, who else is gonna like who else is going to shout out for me then? Do you get stuff like that? And I think another thing that I wouldn't say quit but it was like and I'm glad I didn't get sucked in. Like, for example, there's certain things that I don't talk about on the podcast, innit? Or, like, certain, certain topics. Because for me, like, I like keeping it just authentic. And I feel like sometimes, I'm not even like I'm trying to diss podcasts or nothing, other podcasters, but it's like, there are certain things where it's like, that ain't really me.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, but I see, like, people are blowing, doing that kind of stuff, innit? But I'm like, like me, because then it's like I have to live up to that, and I can't keep up with that. Do you know what I mean? So I did think about, am I going to keep up with so and so? Then I was like, nah. And I think stuff that keeps me going is like when random people, not even like you lot, it's like when random people go to me, oh my days, I heard this today, this was amazing. I was like, whoa, thanks. Like
someone came up to me today about the podcast.
Oh really? What did they say?
It was just like, oh, like, I see you, your friend. I was like, wow.
Nah, it's rough. I think what's hard as well, like having your own podcast is very hard. Like I think I'm lucky to have like someone like you, you're probably, I think it's between you and Joelle. I think that the most consistent guest in it. You, Joelle, with Emma, I don't know, but no, I think it's you actually. You've been in the bedtime this season alone, innit?
Yeah.
I feel like what makes it hard sometimes is this little stuff like you want to record, but like not everybody can record. It's on you. Like it's like you have to be understanding that people have their own lives. So it's like you don't want to also burden them, but it's like I need you to calm. Like, do you know what I mean? Like it's that. But obviously, even though I get to that point, I still remember why I started it, and like not saying like I'm huge yet, but like the impact I have on people. When many people say to me, the most common thing that I get back is like it's real, it's authentic, like it's just you and it's interesting. But you know what? I like that, and I like the fact that my topics they're so like diverse. Like when people ask me what's it about, I said I don't know. Like when they ask me what's Let's Talk French about, I'm like I can't lie, it's about anything. Because there's been sports episodes, music, relationships, family,
religion.
I feel like I've done almost. Obviously, you can always twang stuff, but I'm just saying. I feel like knowing that I've like obviously with the help of my friends and whatnot, but like it's just like that just keeps me going because I did this and it's nice, you know what I mean? But again, without like the support of like you lot. But yeah, so I have before, but obviously remember why you started. What is your biggest regret this year, NS and Mallz? I regret things this year. What's my biggest regret this year? To be honest with you, I'll keep it. Not even me mix up. Now, if I'm keeping it real, my biggest regret. No, I've got two regrets this year. The one regret that I had this year, obviously, I'm not angry about it no more. But remember, I wasn't really happy with my coaching situation before, innit? I moved too late. I should have followed my gut and left in like. Obviously, I left my group, my previous group, like in April at probably the stupidest time ever, because that's basically outdoor season. Nice outcome, because obviously I'm happy where I am now, but should have left earlier with my gut. Second biggest regret this year, I can't lie, it was probably like the man I was showing you about, like,
yeah, I know,
the way I handled that. I should have actually handled that better. I say better. Basically, I felt like I need the way I handled it. Like, I feel like I handled it like I let you be rude to me. Like, I basically let people bad me up. I just like whatever. My regret is not. I feel like I've calmed down so much that I forget that I'm actually allowed to also be a bit not mean, but like give back to you as well. I feel like one of my regrets, honestly, is not saying my piece properly. Do you know what I mean? That's honestly my regret.
That's crazy. Wow. One of my regrets this year would be I feel like I gave too much of my time to other people this year. I feel like this year was like a weird one for me. It was more like about other people, their needs, being there for other people. Whether it's like family, friends, etc.
Now it's Mallz time.
Yeah, I feel like the next like chapter of my life next year is gonna be like all me the whole way. We'll be selfish, be on some hot girl shit in a right way. And then I feel like another one is I feel like a big thing that I feel like I've changed. I think I've said this to you, but I think we've had a conversation about this, but more like I feel like I've just calmed all the way down. Like,
you have changed.
And I feel like I kind of miss like the more like outspoken version of me, like where I'd really like, I wouldn't care who's in the room. If someone says something I don't like, I'm speaking up. Whereas now, like, I step back more time. I think about, like, my response, how I'm going to make another person feel. Because I don't feel like I have, like, a in the middle.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Whereas now, like, I'm just so chilled. Whereas before, I was just like...
Well, no, but I get you. Because that's why I feel like that's where my regret comes from as well. Because I feel like I went from being, to this, like, it's okay to be in the middle. But do you know what I mean? But when you said about the whole selfish thing, yeah, I think that's on the flip side one of the best thing I've done this year. Do you know why? Because I feel like before, something that I had a problem doing was explaining myself. Like, now I'm like, no. Like, the other day, I was even sure about something happened there in it, but like, now I just say no. Like, why? I just can't do it. Before, I'll be breaking my back to do things with people. And it's like, fam, like, I'm actually busy. Like, before, it'll be a thing where, like, because I would always be like available to do stuff for you, you think I'm not busy. I'm very busy, but I just make time. But now I'm like, bro, when it's the other way around, I ain't getting this back. So you do you. Love ain't changed, but let me do me. And then ask me why. I'm just like, I can't make it. I'm not gonna be there. Sorry. Yeah. I'm not gonna be like, because before I used to really like feel bad for either saying no, or I'd really be like explaining myself too much. I'm like, fam, why am I even telling you why? Like, if I told you no, just take it as no. When I say yes, I'm not giving you a mad explanation. So let me just leave it at that. Do you know what I mean? So adding on to what you said, I think that's probably my best decision I made this year, I think.
Yeah, no, I wasn't selfish at all this year, but my next year, definitely.
The last two questions. Do you think that you are a good person? Can't really think about this. I'm a good person. No. I'm a good person. And I'm saying, even taking like religion and everything out of this, do you know I know I'm a good person? When someone does me dirty, I don't have the instinct to do it back to them. Like, there's certain things in me I can't do to you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, let's say you like went out your way to be spiteful to me. I don't even have the thought to do it back to you. I'll take it in and I'll be like, oh, like, she's taking the piss today. I'm not gonna do it back to you. Like, I feel like I'm a good person in that sense, where like I don't have that badness in my body. To like, I don't think I go out my way. Like, for example, I know how to be rude to people and that. I know how to be rude, but I'm not like a wicked person. Like, I ain't done nothing to someone that's wicked. Like, do you get it? Like, no one has ever G-checked me, like, oh my god, come here, you did this. I'll look at you like, yeah, but you know, I'm not that kind of person. If you're a good person,
I think I'm a good person.
So why are you
I'm just thinking of
a
like
good person?
No, but I just feel like everyone's good and bad at the same time. Like, but obviously, I feel like as a whole, I feel like I'm a very good person. I feel like I'm really kind, understanding, not judgmental.
You're very kind.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like all the qualities of a good person. But I feel like if like someone wants to take it there, I can.
But I think human beings though, we're allowed to do that.
Yeah, do you get it? But I don't feel like, yeah. But I feel like I can be spiteful.
No, everyone can. But I think the other reason why I'm a good person as well, yeah, is because like a lot of people that I help, like I just do it.
Yeah,
no return.
That's what I mean. I never.
Like, that's why I know that I just do it because I want to help or like I can. Like for me, I'm heavy. If I can, I will. If I don't, you know, I can't. I always try and do something, so I know that. And this is actually the last question. Someone asked me, what's it like out of uni and like now being like corporate? Let me be honest with you. Let's go. Number one, two things. Number one, I was actually going to do an episode on this next season, so I will give you a proper in-depth thing about that. Number two, it's a big jump. But I think one thing that I'm starting to adapt to, and I know it sounds really stupid, but I'm just being honest, is I see things on LinkedIn and Twitter a lot, on TikTok. So in my head, like I'm like, I didn't actually deep. There wasn't a lot of black people in them spaces. I know it sounds dumb because we're all told this, yeah, but like.
Actually there,
but I see stuff on LinkedIn like, oh yeah, I'm like, oh cool, so nah, I don't. It could just be my company or my department, but like I was like, whoa. So that for me was a big like difference because again, like all my life, not just me being black, but like from a black area, black school, uni was mixed, but I still was with more black people. So it's like now I'm thrown here, and it's like not like I feel weird because I'm still me, but it's just like. I didn't know it was that peak. When people speak about it, I was like, oh, it can't be that. No, it is. It's peak. And I feel like, again, I think I will talk about this more next season, yeah. I feel like something that I really want to do in myself, yeah, is just like really, really, really encourage people to get into these kind of spaces. And like these kind of jobs. I feel like something is nice because like, where I work, I don't see no one that looks like me. Like, there's other black people there, don't get me wrong, some, but I don't look at someone that I could relate to. Whereas I know there's people that I know that could relate to me. Do you get it? Like, let's say I saw you, like, back then, I'd be like, oh, yeah, man, I can do it. I know I can do it. That's how I feel like. But when I'm there, I'm like, I don't feel like there's, do you get it? Stuff like that. But what I also do, it's a big jump in opposed to like, all my part-time jobs I've had, yeah, I've just been involved. Like, if I don't want to go in, unless I'm not coming in today, I'll just be like, sorry, I can't come. You have to come into work. Like, it's common sense, but it's like, you have to go to work. Like, that kind of stuff, the responsibility, like, independence is nice. It's been a nice jump. I feel like I don't know, I feel like uni was good for me anyways, so I think it's a nice jump. I think I'm lucky that I'm actually applying what I learned in my role, which is nice. But yeah, I think that's been, like I said, it's only been 4 weeks to be fair, so I can't tell you too much.
Yeah, next season, in-depth episode on
that. So yeah, guys, you guys know the drill. Obviously, I take my little breaks. I don't tell you guys how long the break are. The English. I don't tell you how long the breaks. I don't tell you guys.
She doesn't tell you guys how long the break will be.
Yes.
Till the next season. So, what do you want to say?
This is also the 50th episode. So when I think about quitting, I realize I have 50 episodes.
That will go down the drain if she quits.
Yeah.
And we don't want that.
We don't want that. So
So, guys, thank you for listening to Let's Talk French this whole season. We've appreciated it so much. Thank you for everyone that's commented, gone on TikTok, Instagram.
Heavy on TikTok, by the way.
Yeah, because TikTok, even though you lot try to drag me.
Yeah, leave my good sis alone, because she's always stating facts and you lot always trying to say something.
And I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, leave me alone. But no, seriously, anyone that's liked, commented, even just viewed it, we appreciate it so much. Yeah.
That'll keep me going. Anyways, till next season, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
Let's Talk French.